Now, listen, you guys, not Cousin Sloth sitting up there and blaming the fans for her beef with Jetavia. We're also going to be talking about Nicki Minaj paying the transformer dust and her running back, talking about the election again. Now, we're also going to be discussing academics. Now, listen, I may have newly found respect for this man, Academics, because he really is standing on business. And these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello tea lovers and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about Cousin Sloth and of course Jetavia. So Cousin Sloth said for an interview with Ibro, and Ibro was asking her about the JT situation and everything that went down. And the good thing is she did say that, well, they have ironed out their issues, that they are cool. And personally, I do feel like that's a step towards the right direction. There was no need for them to have beef. I feel like both of them were coming from a place of, there was somebody there in the middle, in my own opinion, and that somebody is not the fans. So Cousin Sloth, please do not lie on the fans. It had nothing to do with that. It's not the fans who went out there shading Jetavia, calling her Effie. It's not the fans who went out there laughing at Jetavia's wig. It's not the fans who went out there calling Jetavia's tour club performances. It wasn't the fans. It was you, Cousin Sloth. So please don't put this on the fans. If you have managed to squash your beef, we're all for it. We are happy for it, because I do feel like it was unnecessary, but take some accountability and stop trying to blame the fans, okay? If Rock Nation told you that, well, it's costly for you to beef with each other, given JT's boyfriend Uzi's ties to Rock Nation and your ties to Rock Nation, please just say that. Just say that. Let me just insert quickly, you guys, what Cousin Sloth had to say about that, and I will catch you after that.
Were you surprised by because a lot was made about you and JT going back and forth on social media. Were you surprised about run-ins with other artists that you didn't anticipate, like that actually being a real thing, or were you ready for that?
No, I didn't come in wanting to get into it with nobody. But me and JT actually cool.
Y'all good?
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So were you surprised? So do you see, like, a lot of artists come up here and they talk about fans fueling things too. Have you seen that also, where it's like people constantly talking about things that ain't true, and you're like, guys, this some artists lean into it for promo. I don't know where you at with it.
Like that's kind of the situation that we had. Like it was the fans. Like it was like super unnecessary. It was really free by the fans. You know what I'm saying? And I see that with other artists. Like the fans always try, but I don't really just let the fans get to me like that.
Yeah.
I really don't. Because I already know they want to do that. They trying to do it. Like, the thing with me is, like, when I see them trying to make a narrative, I try my best to steer the other way from it on purpose.
So, do you see, like...
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. But that being said, you guys, I do feel like it's a good thing that the girls made up. I do hope that next time they won't feel the need to be like, oh, because this one messes with this one and this one refused to be on this one's song, then I need to inherit that beef. I hope they now know. And I've noticed something about Cousin Sloth that has been brewing slowly. And I do feel like very soon it's going to come to the surface. It's nothing negative, but it seems like she has come to a certain realization. She's beginning to see the industry for what it is, and it's a good thing she's realizing earlier on in her career. And the next thing that we are going to be talking about, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. I am so proud of Nicki Minaj. Let me just take this moment to say proud. I'm proud of her that she didn't feed into this entire nonsense with the transformer yesterday. And for those of you who want to come in my comment section go, why do you call her the transformer? Go away. Like, especially if you're a black woman, please go away, okay? Please. Please, okay? Because this woman is the same woman that has called black women all sorts of names. So for you to come out here defending her because I said what? She transforms her face. Is that, like, come on. Get out of my comment section with that nonsense. Okay? But anyway, you guys, so yeah, I was just saying that I'm proud of Nicki Minaj for not giving the Transformer any attention, because I do know right now she does feel a little bit, silly, after all that, oh, you old, oh, this and that. And people were just cloaking her like, this is not 2017 or 2018. Those insults don't hold water anymore, because it's exactly the opposite. The same could be said about you. And for somebody in her 30s to call somebody in her 40s old and washed, that's so kindergarten, you guys. I can't emphasize that enough. But it seems like after all else failed and people were cooking her, she decided to go back to politics. This is when you know that something is actually amiss with this woman, okay? Because how do you go from talking about, oh, I'm gonna, do this to people, the K word people, I'm gonna arrest me, create a jail for me. You say all those ridiculous things, and then the next thing you're talking about politics. Like, why are you tarnishing that woman's campaign? Please don't do that. She said, I don't know why I'm so nervous for tomorrow. I feel like I'm running for president. Go bye. Literally, bye, okay? Wants to act like this is your moment. It's not your moment. It's the Kamala moment right now. It's not yours, okay? Please. In fact, it's every citizen's moment. Don't try and make it seem like it's your moment. Oh my God. And the fact that just a couple of weeks ago, she was out there talking about, I'm not voting. And all of a sudden she is, the political, I don't know, whatever for this. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we are going to be talking about. Let us talk about DJ Akademiks. Like, I have got newly found respect for this man, okay? I do not agree with some of the things that he has said in the past about certain people. And sometimes I do feel like he is biased, especially when he gets off the phone and he's like, well, I just spoke to this artist. They told me these, especially when he sometimes refuses to hold the Transformer responsible for her action, especially sometimes when he does act like there's some occasion there when it comes to the Transformer. I don't like it. Or when it comes to Drake, I don't like that vibe. But I will say that this time he is standing on business. I don't know for how long this is going to last, or I don't know for how long are they not going to reach out to him to also jump on the bandwagon. But he really was spilling some tea, okay? And he was low-key also checking and shading the likes of Joe Budden. I loved everything about the breakdown of what that fraudulent nation is trying to do to independent media. And I'm just like, I applaud you with this, Akademiks, you guys. I want you to thoroughly listen to what he was saying and why he feels like this is bigger than Milagro. And the fact that the likes of Joe Budden and the likes of, Elliot Wilson are out there celebrating this. It seems like they don't understand the magnitude of what they are trying to do. That's the thing. And I also do feel like, but then when it comes to people like Joe Budden, I do feel like he doesn't really care as long as he's getting, probably, in my own opinion, greased, so yeah. And I don't think that at this moment Joe is trying to let us think that he stands for anything, because the flip-flopping is so transparent at this point that even, I don't know, a child can see that there is a lot of flip-flopping that is happening, and somebody can speculate that, well, is there an incentive there? And the fact that Akademiks also went out there and pointed out that Joe himself was of the opinion that, Bongo 2 was lying, okay? And the fact that Akademiks came out and said that, I was like, listen, bro, I respect you. All right. But then again, with these big media platforms, you never know. OK, once they see that there's someone who's being undermined and who's standing 10 toes down behind Milagro, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and starts singing a different tune, because they would have probably, in my own opinion, reached out to him. So in as much as I'm celebrating him and I'm appreciating him for saying all these things, I also do know that nothing is guaranteed. A lot can happen. There's a lot of money that could exchange hands, in my own opinion. So let's just see how everything is going to go down. Let's see how, if he's going to remain the same or if he's going to join his buddy Joe Budden. And at this point, I think I respect Akademiks way more than Joe Budden, in my own opinion. Anyway, let me just insert what he had to say, you guys, and then I will catch you after that.
Control you do not matter. So now independent media is growing. With all due respect to all the outlets that I've named as non-independent, some of them might have a presence, but these days what people consume hip-hop, and also I just want to say pop culture in general, from where they get their news, their tea, their talking points, their reviews are not from those guys. They get them from the me's, you know, like the fuck nigga Fantanos. They get them from the other independent media people. So let me be very clear, and this will touch a little bit of this and touch another situation. For anybody who's also thinking that Akademiks is just blanketly saying that independent media should be able to do whatever they want, that is not true. I do think we should have accountability, and by the way, I think that we should push to have some accountability. For example, the whole Tasha K thing with Cardi B, I think that was flagrantly wrong. You made up something, or you repeated rumors about this woman having an STD habitually with zero proof. First of all, why are you speculating about her health status to the point you're doubling down on it? The ramifications of that could be very bad. I think Cardi B was more than nice in that situation. Hey, this is false. I'm telling you it's false. I'm reaching out to you, it's false. Could you take it down? Could you stop doing this? Now, granted, if you really think, number one, I don't really give a... I know one of these, I actually do know one of these fuck niggas that got AIDS. Thought it was within, I just don't think it's in my reporting realm to say it. And I know mad at these niggas got herpes. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just not gonna say it. But imagine if I did think it was within my wheelhouse to say it. If I did think so, I wouldn't be saying it on a flimsy whim of, yeah, this is what they saying. By the way, this also go for drugs. Now, it's cool. You might make a joke about, maybe off that stuff or whatever. But if you're doubling down, calling somebody either this and third, and you're going really far, you're acting like you know this as a fact, like you've seen this person do this, or you have someone who has told you this, hey, keep doubling down if you want to, if that's the type of media you want to do. But just be prepared to at some point substantiate that if necessary, right? So I thought the Cardi B thing, and by the way, everything I'm saying, the Cardi B, Tasha K thing, that's not something I'm supporting. What I am supporting, and I guess this ties into the Milagro, Rock Nation, Tory Lanez, Meg thing, is there's an angle here that's very painfully obvious to me. Rock Nation is having a PR problem with Meg. People don't have a good opinion of her. Men feel like she lied. There are media outlets and personalities, and it's not only Milagro. Joe hasn't believed this chick. Even the biggest rapper, Drake. Yo, this chick she lying about whatever, she a stallion. There's a lot of people that don't believe this woman, right? This is what I don't respect. Is picking on the smallest of them, or not the smallest, because I'm not disrespecting Milagro neither, but trying to pick on the ones you feel you could bully. But and by the way, let me just point out, if Milagro did post up some stuff about, some fake picture, which was, I haven't read the full thing. If she did do it, it's a fake picture of Meg naked, I'm not supporting that neither. But we're not stupid. The aim of this, and even how they did it with Alex Spiro making that statement, the aim of this was to intimidate media outlets that don't have either the financial backing, maybe the insurance companies that are backing either what you say or your platform, and threaten you with basically going bankrupt or going down a financial path that you can't even, continue your livelihood if you keep reporting certain narratives. And I think that's my biggest problem. So let me just be very clear. If someone who's a blogger thinks Tory's a piece of shit because of, they sometimes be like, oh, we think you just don't like women. They've said that about me. Whatever, cool. That's not some grounds to try to intimidate that person. No, that's their opinion based on what they've seen. Right? If someone thinks Tory's a piece of shit, Tory's team should not be suing them just because that's their thinking. If someone thinks Meg Thee Stallion's a liar based on some of this stuff, even though, by the way, the worst timing ever, Shorty comes out and admits she lied. If outlets or personalities say that, that shouldn't be grounds of you trying to censor them or sue them. And I think this is where there is a very slippery slope. Because this lawsuit, again, the fake naked picture or whatever, okay, I'm not, I don't know too much about that, but that sounds like some shit, even media-wise, you shouldn't do, right? But if y'all are suing Milagro because she just don't like Meg for whatever reason, or she thinks she's a lying ass, because I got into the lawsuit a little bit, and you're gonna see that they have tweets from Milagro where Milagro is literally just saying this chick is a liar. Let me see. Like, there's some tweets in there where she's just saying she's a liar. And then I look at that and I'm like, oh no, let me see if I can find some of them. It's like a lot. Okay. Yeah, told my credible. It's kind of alluding to her line. Whatever. That's my problem with this lawsuit. And Rock Nation know what it is. Rock Nation specifically is targeting this person to send a bigger message to people in the media, because they can't change the perception of Meg with people keep calling her a liar. They want to silence people who are dissenting or in disagreement about what happened. Newsflash, and let's be very clear. Even after the trial, it would be, if you're in the media side of things, Tory got convicted. Now, people do get wrongly convicted, so if you have a doubt about that, cool, but Tory did get convicted, right? Now, Meg also did lie. So, wait, are we going to sue everybody who said Meg lied? That's the only part about this lawsuit I like. Like, they point out, let me see if I can search it here. Lie. Look, on June 23rd, whatever shared an audio of the defendant, Mrs. Cooper, which is Milagro, calling Mrs. Pete a lying ass hoe, claiming that Miss Pete ruined Tory's life. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. That's the opinion of a lot of people. So that then becomes, wait, are y'all just trying to censor or stop this woman from giving her opinion? And by the way, I'm saying this woman, but I'm extrapolating it. Because if we allow this overreach, and again, not everything I'm agreeing with that Milagro did, but if we then say, oh yeah, just sue everybody, that's how they start to control how people could speak about them. And what I told y'all, if they could control you, you don't matter. Who knows? Milagro is a personality. If she watched Meg a couple times and said, man, I get a lying ass vibe from her, that's her opinion. That should be protected. Now, I do want to say, and before I don't want to go on this long soliloquy, half of these niggas, not only are they all selfish, they all want the top spot, but they ain't down to put the work in to get to this top spot, and they're all selfish as a motherfucker. And I've thought about this, and it appears that Milagro is being represented by Unite the People, who are also they've taken up the nonprofit effort of trying to represent Tory for his appeal. So they're also taking up the nonprofit effort to unite the people to represent Milagro in the situation. Okay? So I guess my next give me a second. Yeah, right here. So this is them saying they're going to represent Milagro. Now, I guess my next point, and I'm hoping to push this forward, but I don't think it'll go nowhere. And it could only help everybody but me. Let me tell you this. I feel very fortunate with this independent influx that we've gotten. And I do think that even if it ain't my fight, it is my fight, personally. I know half of these ones that they kick my back at any point. But it's all good. You know what I mean? I didn't get here by slandering other people. I got here by working hard. It's all good. I don't mind those people. This is my thought. And I'm down to put my money where my mouth is. I do think that, I'm not saying unionize because we compete with each other. I get it. But I do believe, and I hope the fans support this because I really don't think no other media outlet will support it. We should either have a fund or something of the sort to protect, because we're now seeing the labels and the goddamn artists are saying, if I can't stop you from making people call me a liar, I'm gonna sue you. That'll shut you up. By the way, in the lawsuit, they literally say they want an injunctive measure to have her stop talking about him. By the way, I know I was also mentioned in the lawsuit. They also mentioned me, which that's another fishing expedition, saying, nonetheless, bloggers and podcasters like DJ Akademiks present to the defendants post alongside conspiracy theories that Miss Pete was never shot. Okay? Rather than retract the false story, defendant doubled down to NBC News stating everything is okay, whatever. So yeah, I understand, and apparently Milagro said that there's a preservation order for her messages with me. Once again, a fishing expedition, but it's really and completely like Meg Thee Stallion don't want no money from Milagro. You know what she wants? She wants Milagro to issue an apology. I guarantee. Issue an apology and stop posting about me. Silence an apology and we let it go. I guarantee. Bro, Meg Thee Stallion is like, she's up tens of millions of dollars. You think she wants money from Milagro? She wants silence and an apology. I guarantee it. I guarantee right now Meg Thee Stallion's lawyer got with Milagro and said, hey, listen, I don't got enough money to defend myself if Milagro said this, and said, how can we solve this? Give a verbal apology and stop mentioning me. And we will dismiss within this amount of time if you at least it's going to be some weird. And for that, I was just like, this is some weirdo type of stuff. So let me just get to my proposal. My proposal is this, man. Again, it doesn't help me because I don't foresee, but I'm not God. I don't foresee me coming to y'all saying I need some legal fees. I already got legal shit. I handle it accordingly because it's all good. But there are smaller bloggers out here who are trying to do their version of journalism, and they also have an opinion. One thing I don't like about this new divide with the people who call themselves journalists and then the influencers or media personalities, for y'all the reason why nobody comes to y'all for interviews, y'all don't have a platform. Asking questions, great art, but these days people like to hear the interpretation and the voice of the person they're getting that from. And yeah, you're gonna have to put your 2 cents in there. So when y'all get on y'all high and mighty and be like, yeah, these other people aren't journalists, yes, these newer people, whether it's some Milagro or anybody else, they got their own opinion. They got their own POV. They're not here to be like some ancillary blend in the dark. This is why y'all are broke, right? Because when the artists stop fucking with y'all, no one knew you for an opinion. Put it like this. We got, 16, 17,000 people on here right now? I don't got an artist on here because people said, no, I want to hear what I got to say about it. That does matter. That was my motto in coming into this game. So for y'all journalists, pipe down. Pipe down and get on the goddamn unemployment line. Or if you feel so good about your journalism, I'm hiring. But I do want to defend the people who are personalities. Again, I'm not defending all. And don't get this twisted. Because if you start really wilding out, Ak is not here to defend you. But I do want to say, in cases where especially smaller creators are being targeted or an attempt to silence them, me personally, I got 20 bands I think I want to throw in a pot. I want to throw in some type of fund to go help get some legal representation and not get bullied by no artists. I'm just sorry. Like, they control